family? Jersey Boy back delivering some more Shadow of War content for you. I love the way our base looks. These little rings kind of reminds me of it's a bit of a stretch, but a little bit of a like Black Panther vibe a bit. With that said though, either way, it's been a little bit of some time since I mentioned it, but do me a favor, help build the brand, grow the family. You know what it is. If you could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, it'd be a huge help. With that said, let's see what we have on the agenda for today. I believe we have another quest for Eltario we can complete. Yes. So we have the Nazgul coming. We need to defend the fortress. And based on how things have been going, I say maybe there's max like another 2-3 missions for us to complete. Let's see where this one is located. Okay, is that it? Okay, yeah, it's fairly close. That we can just run to. Alright, and I believe we need to probably go to the top of our fortress here.
Straight up fight. Who wins? The Bright Lord or a Nazgul?
So, the Scourge, we have the Nazgul, or the Scourge. The Nazgul are coming for you. Defend the fortress.
The Nazgul is near. I feel it.
We will defeat him as we did Suladan. Helm Hammerhead. Of all the Nazgul, his fall was most tragic. His rage knows no bounds.
The Dark Lord will have his prize. Ranger of Gondor. That fortress is a tiny island surrounded by a sea of darkness. And the tide rises against you. You take the Shrinker. We'll gut his beasties.
Oh yeah, we got our beast down there ready to handle his business. Oh, let's hold on. What is? Fail. I wanted to make use of some of these. Let's do as he mentioned though and go ahead and handle that. We can also summon our Drake to help us out. Which I think would be smart. We can probably do I have to get it injured? Doesn't seem that way. Yo! Okay. He strikes hard. Alright, let's play this smart. Get us some quick health. Okay, I wasn't expecting him to like Jedi mind trick us. Now, does that give us an easier time if we were to have used the Drake to help us out? Alright.
The armies of the Dark Lord, like his powers, are limitless.
Okay, so this is a pretty that is going to be annoying. I thought I needed yeah, I do need to have I need to have my might up in order to activate it. Oh, good lord. Okay, I'm going to get roasted. And they took out my boy. Well, he took some fire for me.
You will be lost, and I will have no answer for you.
That's just a pretty bad run through. But we know that our overlord here is down for the cause. This Nazgul strikes pretty hard though. We're gonna need to be careful with how we approach him. There we go. It's taking off further. We got a Graug wrecking havoc. I'm gonna let my team handle all of that. Mop him as soon as he gets up here. Or not. Yo, I was gonna say, when does he stop wrecking you? That's ridiculous. Is this our legendary still? Yes, it is. Nope. Oh, good lord. I don't need you to get killed, my boy.
He will need someone to replace you.
Alright. Our guy's trying to be pretty useful, but he's getting in the way from me being able to like use my execution. Let's call these reinforcements.
Strike you down forever until
there we go. Got some of our health back. Alright, this should be it. If we can get our domination in. There we go.
His wounds will slow him. What about yours?
Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like that was meant to happen because I definitely got my domination in. He worked this over pretty good though. What was that? Oh, were those Nazgul? Okay, yeah, they just kind of went splat. Interesting mission. All I know for a fact is I don't want to have to fight against him. Looks like we have Fire and Fury though, so another mission in Saragost. Let's go ahead. I know we definitely have a point that's close there.
We must track down this Nazgul.
Hopefully the fight goes a lot smoother since he is injured.
Talion may have found him already.
This Nazgul is injured. We have the advantage.
Hammerhead was known for his strength in life. If anything, he has grown more powerful in death.
Somebody should have passed that memo on. I feel like his Wraith abilities, in terms of like the gameplay and everything, really good. The combat and everything still fire too, but there again, kind of goes back to me saying there's no overwhelming feeling that we're just, you know, unlimitedly strong or limitlessly strong. But Fire and Fury, so Eltario has tracked Helm Hammerhead to the snowy peaks of Saragost, join her and defeat the Nazgul. So hopefully things will be a lot easier for us this fight around.
I'm making a habit of saving you.
I think I prefer the version where you don't impale me.
Where is the Nazgul?
Nearby. Can you keep up?
Do my best. That was not the first time for you to face Helm, was it?
I've faced each ring wraith more times than I can count.
And you've never defeated them?
Not yet.
Then why do you keep fighting?
In the war against darkness, sometimes stalemate is victory.
From now, the battle must be won.
Alright, so we need to take out the Drake. Now if you crack it in the head a couple of times, you deal a pretty decent amount of damage. I guess we need to get to a certain point up here as well though. There we go. I don't think we've done enough to actually damage it yet, so I mean to break it. Unless I'm missing it. Nope. Okay. Stop moving. I guess we're not meant to dominate it. Just another one of those
Of all Helm's servants,
those
the
stories.
Drakes are most dangerous.
If we could dominate one, we could turn the weapon of the enemy against him.
Like a ring of power. You do nothing to dispel my fears, Elf Lord.
How does a shrieker keep the beasties from tucking into him?
Defeat the Nazgul's Drakes. Luckily enough, the ghouls are easy. Oh my lord. The ghouls are easy enough to defeat. The problem comes with I mean, we can summon our own Drake too, I would hope. Ah, my lord. Fail. Alright, we might want to get out of harm's way here. There's an orc back there. Let me get some health back from you. There's no way I'm missing. Ah, he finessed me. Alright, one of them has low health, so we're gonna take advantage of you. Okay, I guess I really I guess I really was just missing shot after shot. It is such a pain right now dealing with both of these at one time. Alright, that's one. Ah, crap. We definitely need to be able to rebuild focus a lot faster. Alright, he's coming back around. That's one down. Should be one down. There we go.
What happens to the Nazgul when they are defeated?
Their spirit endures. It returns to Barad-dûr, growing in strength until it can again take physical form.
So, they are banished from death.
Okay, so we're pretty much even. I feel like this is the whole undeath defeats undeath type thing again. I'm curious why they wouldn't have crafted like a ring. I guess that would be bad, but I feel like they could craft a ring to just be more effective against Nazguls, right?
An elf assassin. The shield for that. Can't be true. Heard Borgul just became a war chief.
Alright. Where we go? Okay, nice open kind of battlefield.
My master commands that you serve him, but your shield friend, I will take her head and hands as trophy.
Alright, we are going to focus on this this Drake that's roaming around up here. Okay, Eltario, if you can keep him busy, otherwise he's just gonna come over here and slap me with a hammer every time. Ah, crap. I didn't want to dive. I thought I was gonna be able to run out of the way fast enough. There's two of them. Again. Okay, and the reach is pretty ridiculous. Eltario's kind of a crappy partner right now. Okay. Something was broken there in the game. Is this the one that's no, it's not. Okay. So we must have took out the one that was injured already. Or it regained health. Oh lord. Okay. Change of plan. I think we need to focus on him. Really, it's kind of like a combination of the two. It's kind of like they work really good in unison. It's almost unfair that he's running around with drakes and then he's as strong as he is. Oh. All right, we need this might to hurry up and build up. No, they know that's not what I needed. I'm upset. They made me waste my might on a freaking ghoul. The dragons haven't come down like they did before, so... And, of course, as I mentioned it, we see him. Oh, Lord, I don't know if I have any more chances.
The servants of Sauron deny death, just as you do.
Alright, we did pretty well. The game allowed us to only have to deal with the one, really, for the most part, for a while. We need a solid game plan. I'm pretty sure we either took out one Drake and another one just replaced it, or something like that happened.
My master commands that you serve him, but your shield friend, I will take her head and hands as trophy.
Yeah, he plays no game. I can't remember the other dude's name, but he was much easier to deal with. This guy here, Jesus. You make one little mistake with him and that's it's generally a wrap for you. That little hammer combo he has is nasty. Alright. That is one of my two opportunities, and we already happen to get out of here. One of my... Good lord. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's already slapped me up. Oh, I can summon my Drake, though. I can't even tell where he's at to try to avoid this situation. This is a bit broken. That man right there is he's a monster. Oh God. I think I've wasted an execution or something at this point too. And here comes the dragons to add on to the excitement. Oh man, this is unforgiving. Alright, you do a very minimal amount of damage with a Shadow Strike kill. Yeah, see, why would he need to avoid any of my attacks when he can just run on a tirade and slap me up with some hammers? Oh, come on, that is so unfair.
The Elf Lord's ring brings power and despair to all who wield it. The blade ceases.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is easily one of the most frustrating bosses that I played across any games in the span of 2020 so far. You got drakes that are randomly coming along and firing on you, and then to top that off, my man here's attack sequence is ridiculous.
My master commands that you serve him, but your she-elf friend, I will take her head and hands as trophies. You are gained, friend, nothing more.
I don't think she's not helping as much as I generally expected. Oh, nope. So now we have ghouls, we have both drakes, and we have our guy here. Fantastic. Let's see if my drake does anything to help out. I think we just need to avoid enough attacks from the drakes. Alright, I seen her kind of doing something. I also noticed I don't it gives me the options, but I don't think I actually I don't think my drake actually comes and helps out at all. So riding solo. See, that's the crazy part. So he'll summon stuff consistently. Okay, that worked out to our advantage. But yeah, he'll summon things consistently, and then those guys end up smacking us up. So that attack wasn't even supposed to hit yet. And there's the strikes. Alright, luckily I was able to get a hit in first. I feel like he's not being affected by me using focus at all. There we go. It's the closest we've gotten so far. We've only been struck down once. There we go. All right.
You should have given me your daughter's hand when I asked.
for your daughter's safe return.
Please, don't fight him.
If you kill me, you'll start a war.
War has come!
My lord. You stood beside Sauron as he gave these kings the very rings that doomed them!
Those rings were meant to bring order. Sauron deceived me. He deceived us all.
Knowing what you know now, still, you crafted a new ring.
We crafted a ring. Why else did you pick up my hammer? It is not noble men we are dominating, but savage orcs. And it is with this army that all Sauron has wrought will be undone.
No matter the cost.
A Drake would have been a great asset.
Now this is an interesting twist because it paints Celebrimbor in much less of the light of being a victim and more so of kind of being like complacent with what's going on. I don't really feel bad for him at all. It kind of seems like a huge jackass, but I guess we still kind of need him for survival, right? So we do have one more mission we can knock out. It should be the final one for Eltario. So we need to get over to Gorgoroth.
The Nazgul are Sauron's hands in Mordor.
Then we...
Alright, so let's... Actually, I just wanted to see what that said real quick. Okay, our overlords, and then I guess our top war chiefs under him. Alright, Gorgoroth, perfect. Not doing too shabby on time either, so we might have been able to knock out a whole another section of the story, which will leave us with only focusing specifically on building our armies, kind of hand picking and crafting which orcs we're going to take the lead with, and focusing on these sieges. From what I've seen, and hopefully it wasn't a spoiler for me or anything, but I seen something about there possibly being like 10 sieges or something like that that needed to be completed, so we'll see if that rings true. I think I only seen 4 on our actual quest menu. Alright, did we select the quest already? Okay, we did. Let's see how close are we able to get. Ah, beautiful. Not too far. I think Eltario might be one of the purest kind of characters we see. Everybody kind of has their their traits and flaws here, but for her, it's more so just kind of like I don't know what exactly I would call it. Kind of being unforgiving, I suppose. It's as close we come to that. think she's starting to see that Talion is just trying to make the right moves, and Celebrimbor is kind of essentially manipulating him in a way. So I think there is going to be some kind of they need each other to essentially exist. I don't know how that works for Celebrimbor, but
that is the work of a necromancer.
For Talion, that's definitely the case, and I doubt he's, you know, making his own personal rings or anything. So with that said, let's check out what we have going on with Gravewalkers. So Eterio has tracked the Nazgul to these haunted ruins, find out what they're up to, and put a stop to it. That I can most certainly do. Alright, so we need to investigate Nazgul activity.
Whenever I find you, I know the Nazgul must be close.
As long as you wear that ring, they will be closer than you like.
For now, I have no choice. How many Nazgul are there?
Just one.
Isildur.
The king who cut the One Ring from Sauron's hand.
And wore it on his own. This is the legacy of your rings, Celebrimbor.
Oh, that's not right. He's gonna summon fallen friends on us.
I didn't mean as evil.
These are no longer men! Ah!
See what I mean?
Do not hesitate! The only mercy for them is death!
Defeat the whites. Okay. Nice. One more on the radar. Alright, avoid detection. I'm not sure what that means.
Turning them against their brothers. Is there no foul stratagem the Witch King will not employ?
There are bound to be many more.
Okay, so it's kind of like that boss mission we had towards the end of Shadow of Mordor. He's going to be kind of tracking you down and probably shooting attacks your way.
They were your comrades. Now they are my slaves.
Find peace.
Alright, so you basically stealth dominate them away. It's a huge help for me, because otherwise this would have been a pain. Oh. I see what the bonus was now too. It's not avoid detection from Isildur, it's avoid detection from the whites.
In ages past, I commanded armies of men, and now they will again follow me.
Right, that should be all of them.
Come, Talion. Isildur must be nearby.
I think it definitely shows why he's probably the lead. I don't think any of the other ones were able to summon anything outside of the orcs and ghouls and stuff in the area.
You will submit to the Witch King, and at our side you will serve. Or you will die, and I will raise you as my puppet. You have a choice before you.
You don't.
The Dark Lord gains his fighters.
Alright, so we probably need to handle these guys first. Oh wow, they they are no punks. Alright, so okay, so they do just go away after some point. That seemed like it did nothing.
You cannot prevail, foolish race.
I think the plan is pretty much the same here. Whoa, what was that?
My army is tireless. My army is infinite.
Ah, she almost saved me from having to waste one. So he basically, it's kind of the same thing. You really need to wait for him to launch his attacks though, and then that's it. Oh, we really need to focus on having him attack us, and we're kind of on the defense. Very much so a counter-offensive kind of game plan here.
You still do not understand, but you will be made to. All who are called will serve the Dark Lord. There is no escape, even in death.
Castamere.
He serves the Dark Lord still.
Ah, man. I got a feeling there's probably another mission after this too. Just based on the fact that it seemed like not Castamere. It seems like Isildur got away. Okay, he just has a lot of health. I was gonna say I didn't see anything go down. Defeat his buddies here, nothing else should come back, so fantastic.
I was cast aside. I was abandoned. Come back when you have sucked enough.
Alright, round, what, 4? Round 5, something like that. Curious to see, what an expert combat, player in this game would look like. I don't want to play it like if I'm playing, like, Dark Souls or something like that, where I have to be overly strategic. It's not really built to be like that, but I guess any game can, essentially have that effect. There we go. If I can get them knocked down quick enough, that's the easiest thing. Being in this corner isn't the smartest move, but we've been able to take down a lot of them, so. Alright, I think we're in a good spot right now. So he can't be defeated that way, but I did see a pretty good chunk of his health go away. Execution. Another pretty solid piece. I wonder if this is actually Castamere, or is this like Isildur controlling him? Nice.
Isildur will raise more of Gondor's fallen. I will track him. You and I will meet again.
Well, as long as I wear this ring, I'm sure that is true.
Alright, I think that was a solid run. We got us a nice gem. We're gonna have to take a look at that as well.
Fast as we deplete them, there is no stronger enemy,
All enemies have a weakness.
or a strength that can be used to our advantage.
These are facts. Alright, for us, let's take a look at where's the next quest going to be. You must control all 4 fortresses before we can confront him. Okay, so we do in fact need to focus specifically on our 2 siege missions here, unless I'm missing anything. Everything else is just Nemesis stuff, which I don't think plays any part in what we're looking to do. Alright, well, with that said, guys, thank you for watching. We are going to be spending the next episode or 2 focusing specifically on our siege quest. With that said, I appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing. Looks like we're going to need to get a few more captains. We have a few already. But until next time, it's your boy Jersey Boy, and I'm out. Peace.